Sephiron control. In a matchup like this, where the opponent is presenting not only biggish, scary minions like Lava Slasher, but also a combo, Sephiron's removal is somewhat strained. Blood of Air is always good, but something like Psychic Conduit is kind of... It rapidly becomes cute. It's pretty good against Rebirth units, but a lot of the unit, like most of the golems have higher toughness than power, or higher health than attack, or whatever the terms are in this game. So you sometimes have to combo it with a quality constraint in other kind of, clunky mana inefficient ways. And being mana inefficient against Starhorn is bad. Mirage is online at least. Like, they will have Mechantors. Mirage is good. Even like Miraging a Decimus can be funny, although I don't think there's any way to draw your opponent cards by doing that, so it doesn't really help. There's Obelisks for natural selection fodder. They might struggle a bit, but this deck doesn't really focus on Obelisks, so it's not a huge deal. Plasma Storm is also a problem, but Starhorn doesn't tend to run as many copies as Varth, or lean on it as heavily, and is maybe more likely to replace it in order to set up combos. Is there anything that we have that's particularly good? Amara Healer is almost always good against Magmar, and we know that CalebTenrou doesn't actually have Thumping Wave, so it'll be really good. Downside, of course, being that it's it's a slow mid-rangey card in a fast combo-y matchup. I couldn't really do much with it if I remember. I was tired at that point and misplayed even more. That's okay. Fatigue is definitely a thing. Or just like making a mistake and then tilting and playing worse. I've done that multiple times. Or just being hungry. Yeah, I would actually peg the Starhorn deck as being advantaged in this matchup. Like, the Dream Shaper package is worse against Starhorn because Starhorn cares about card advantage less, and the Plasma Storm can sweep away the golems that you spent mana on. The stealing stuff isn't massively effective, and there's not a lot of defense against Decimus itself, the combo itself, so I think Starhorn probably has the edge. Out of the sideboard, nothing really leaps out. I would be bringing in Lightbenders to help against the Decimus. Maybe Noshrak, which punishes spikes pretty pretty hard, pretty amusingly. And potentially Blind Scorch as a cheap card that helps empty the hand, makes Lava Slasher less of a problem. Then on Caleb's side of things, basically everything I just said in reverse. I think against golems, although there's not a lot of AoE in this deck, the threat of Plasma Storm is enough to make the opponent think twice, and there's a second copy in the sideboard. Greater Fortitude will be good against Vitruvian's relatively limited removal and usually no Dispel, although Sephiron can counter the effect to some extent with his BBS. The combo will probably be good, and especially with Lava Slasher soaking up copies of Blood of Air, you can sometimes just throw a Decimus out there and have it stick, which will be exciting. Mandrake, similarly, can be used to absorb removal. Even Tegete. There's a lot of tempting Blood of Air targets that are just a pain to leave up or deal with. And Decimus can take advantage of that by being kind of the true threat that then gets to live. So, on to the game. Where are we? Just to rehash Colossus's replace, I would ship this, and I would probably ship the Scion's First Wish, given that spending mana cantripping is not massively what we want to be doing against Starhorn. Starhorn doesn't usually draw cards before the first couple of turns, so there is some value to it, and obviously buffing this to make trades is good. If we're really afraid of natural selection, there's the option of opponent plays a 2-3, we play Metallurgist, Scion's First Wish, and natural selection can't hit it. And make like a defensive line, maybe moving upwards this direction and putting the Metallurgist where it can threaten the mana tile. I would keep this to deal with Lava Slasher, Decimus, etc. So I'd probably replace these two. But let's see how it plays out. Wow, I'm hungry. Those Oreos only whetted my appetite. Feels bad, man. I think the real time doesn't sync up the mulligans. It just lets one person... As soon as one person finishes theirs, it displays that they did so. But it's fine, I can just pause to resync. So Caleb's got a good opening here. Metallurgist is basically what you want. I think I still like the aggressive opening. I guess the Celebrant. So when you're playing golems, it's always a good idea to replace before you move, because playing Celebrant here and then moving onto the tile can be a big deal. Or Metallurgist into Celebrant into move on the tile and play something else. Although you need a 1 mana spell for it to 1 mana card for it to work very well, so it can be a little awkward. Yeah, there's the selection. Not amazing. So this is basically what we were talking about, where the selection kills the obelisk. So it's a good idea to play the obelisk in the middle and then the other creature more defensively, like here or here, so that it can't be reached for those purposes. Is there a good conduit line here? Not massively. Like, we can steal this and hit it with First Wish. That doesn't do very much. Hoping to draw something good off this, which, it's alright. But at least this is now in a safe spot. Caleb's hand is looking pretty healthy here. Flash Taygete can be used to kill this in combination with an attack from Starhorn. Flash Mercantor is this? Yeah. I don't know how much I like that. I think playing Taygete alone is fine. It trades so well. And Mercantor can be used to clear out quite a lot of stuff. Given that Caleb doesn't have tectonic spikes in hand, like, this is normally the sort of play you'd make when you have spikes. I guess the advantage is it leaves Kolossus with 0 cards in play, which is good against Dreamshaper, but we're not worried about Dreamshaper, right? We're already drawing the opponent cards here. This is kind of a bit awkward for Kolossus. I probably would have moved back there. You don't want to let Starhorn hit you if you can help it. So you can probably afford to go here and just kind of take some distance. I mean, Starhorn's probably going to kill the Blood Tear, so it's not a massive deal, but the other thing is that now you can be blocked in, like this, whereas if you're here, you've got a bit more space between yourself and the opponent. The Falcius is a really good draw for Kolossus here, though. That's so perfect. And I would look to replace this Conduit. Hopefully hit something proactive to do. No? Oh. Caleb's probably going to Lava Slasher here. So this is good. We've got... Kolossus has Blood of Air to swing this back. I think this is one of the most even games we've seen yet. Like, Kolossus is behind, but not that far behind. I don't think I would have replaced the Celebrant there either. Just having something to do is useful. Like, playing 1 card a turn against Starhorn isn't great. And you can afford to just throw random crappy 1/4s out there, because at some point Starhorn's going to sit and draw you cards. I think I would throw out the Dreamshaper. Like, you can afford to play it here if you don't want Starhorn to attack it for free. You're going to be drawing a card here, and at some point, you know, Caleb's going to find some spikes or whatever. Alright, so here comes the combo. Fortunately, Kolossus does have an answer, and some healing. So all is not lost just yet. There's the gaze. Feels bad for not playing the Dreamshaper out. Okay, it only melted Obelisk, that's useless anyway. Double Blood of Air in hand is great. Yeah, I like that replace. I think I would play the Azza Herald here and move downwards to play around Mercantor Warbeast. It took me a surprisingly long time to learn that myself. Like, if you play something and then move away from it, it's much easier to beat Warbeast. These guys are playing very quickly. Yeah, I agree. I think I play too slowly because I sit there and think about all the different things. But it takes a long time to get used to, like, doing that in the first place. And you worry, especially if you're tired, like, you don't want to sit there and every turn, start counting lethal from when your opponent's on 15, you have no board or whatever. It's difficult to do that towards the end of a tournament. Okay, well earlier on I said that Kolossus was behind but not that behind. That is no longer the case. Is there an out here? I mean, there's something you can do with Conduit. Mirage. Oh, the Mirage, of course. One off lethal as well. Wait a minute. Kolossus just missed lethal, I think. If you Conduit the Azza Herald and then Mirage, you can attack and then attack all three at the face, and you have lethal. Assuming they don't get in each other's way like they've done here. So I think there was a potential lethal there. At this point, many bricks were shat. Yeah, leaving Mirage up against Vet is always a struggle. Alright, so Caleb's doing... Well, we've got the Death Spikes, which is just lethal. Yeah, so I think Kolossus could have won that game with Conduit on... Excuse me. Conduit on the Herald, and I think you have to sequence the Mechantors correctly and maybe get a little lucky on the positioning rolls, but it's definitely doable. Once again, let's look at Kolossus first. So there's nothing much that really leaps out here. I think I would want to cut out cards that don't do that much and put in cards that help a bit. So Rash's Curse is removal and face damage. That's fine. Lightbender can act as bad removal for a Decimus that's played out and left in play, or just help get rid of a young Silithar or something like that. Blind Scorch can make a Lava Slasher less of a threat for a turn and let you attack it for free. That seems like a really useful thing to have. Plus it only costs 1 mana. I would look to cut... I'd cut a Paradigm. Like, it's good with Blind Scorch, but not that good. I would trim a Dream Shaper. I would trim probably some Wildfire Anks. Maybe you can go down to 1 Dream Shaper. I don't know how greedy you want to be. You could probably cut Skippy, actually. And on Caleb's side of things, we have the Fortitude probably comes in. The Plasma Storm definitely comes in. I don't know how necessary the rest of it is. Grow might be alright here just as a decent sized threat that can sit there and be annoying to golems, but it doesn't do that much. Fate Watch would be a good tech. I doubt it. I don't often play Magma, so I always forget Mirage Mecantor is a thing. Oh, that's alright, I do the same thing, like, and I play Magmar a bunch. It takes a while to get used to new cards every time they come out. Even cards from previous expansions. So once again, Kolossus has a pretty nice hand. We can do... Oh, this is great. Turn 1 Celebrant here. Putting a mana tile 2 in front of Sifron. Sifron moves forward, takes the mana tile, plays Dream Shaper on the middle mana tile, then plays Blood Tear Alchemist in the center. This cycles the Dream Shaper, spams out a bunch of stuff. Like, you can afford to cycle Dream Shaper at the early stage. That's when you want to do it, because you can use it to help play out crap to absorb removal and fill up the board. I'd probably ship the other 2 cards. I mean, I guess the Herald's fine, but the Wildfire Ink is medium in this matchup, I would guess. And you're really looking for, like, Falcius, Metallurgist, other things like that. Maybe the Herald is keepable. I don't know. You're going to be drawing 2 cards, so having extra cheap stuff is useful. Ankh probably isn't it, though. There's Caleb's hand there. That looks really good. Turn 1, Metallurgist. Turn 2, Lava Slasher, as is often the case. Hey, Gam W. How's it going? Yep, Kolossus replacing the Ankh. Keeping the Azza Herald, I think that's good. Alright, let's go. Yeah, this is coverage. I'm covering the rookie melee. So Caleb chucks out Metallurgist, no surprise there. Again, we see the Celebrant played off. So one thing you can do here is put the Mana Tile there and take this, which prevents your opponent from playing Lava Slasher. Like, this stuff is mostly inconsequential. It doesn't matter if it dies, but like, I don't know if I like that. I'd probably rather get the unit out, to be honest. I think, yeah, because if you can go Celebrant, Dream Shaper, and then put the Blood Tear on this, and then Silence First Wish, actually. So you can still do this. Oh, Flash Mechanical, interesting. I don't think that's worth it. I'd have played the Lava Slasher there. I mean, the Lava Slasher can still come out next turn, but like, I would have played Lava Slasher there. The amount of, like, you don't care if Colossus draws more cards or Dream Shaper, right? You're a Starhorn player, so I think having the massive body, especially before it can be Blood of Ed, is really good. For Colossus here, what do you do? Yeah, Blood Tear Ping seems good. Developing an Obelisk is reasonable, but I think is Obelisk or Herald better? Basically the same. I'd probably have replaced the Obelisk there, actually. If you're not playing it this turn, just ship it. It's nice to have a cheap card, but maybe replace the Conduit instead, actually. The Conduit's less likely to do anything. Whereas this, you can just chug out and have it impact the board in some way. Double Amara is good, though. You can hold on to those. Like, Blood of Air Amara is a nice curve. How's Caleb's hand looking? Still Lava Slashery. Wow, yeah, the Grid of Fortitude is going to be nice as well. Oh, this is cool. Conduit punishing the young Silithar. I really like this. Now Starhorn has to attack the 0-1, and therefore can't Lava Slasher and attack this, or Flash Mechantor and attack this. Oh no, they can Flash Mechantor and attack this. It still kills the egg. Is this a Plasma Storm? This might be a Plasma Storm. I mean, you can poke this and Lava Slasher as a Herald and have a 4-8 in play and not really care too much about the Obelisk. But then, like, the Plasma Storm... Colossus has played the Golems now, right? Like, the early Golem Onslaught is gone. So, outside of the Sirocco, which won't be that big, the Plasma Storm isn't doing that much, so it might be wise to just chuck it out now. And see how it works. Yeah, there we go. Probably replace the Fortitude here. I've not seen Colossus uses BBS along with Conduit combination on the opponent's Decimus. It doesn't do anything. BBS Grapnel actually quite rarely comes up. I've played a bunch of Cipheron, like, I'm not sure I've actually ever done that. In theory, it can happen, it just doesn't happen very often, like. It's relatively situational. I don't know if I like replacing the Flash there, actually, from Caleb. Because Flash Decimus Spikes is so powerful that, you know, that's something you could try and dig for. Forcing Lava Slasher here is great, though, for Colossus. Like, as far as things to be Lava Slasher go, like, ones that reduce the Lava Slasher to a 4-4 and then belt your opponent in the face for 10, that's absolutely bonkers. Colossus looking pretty close to lethal here. I don't know if I'd go for Blood of Air. I think I might just play the other Amara. Like, Caleb clearly doesn't have a good answer to it. Like, you can do way more. I mean, I guess the second Blood of Air sets up lethal anyway. It doesn't matter that much what Caleb does now, but I don't know. I think the Amara is a pretty reasonable thing to play out. Yeah. And this is largely academic because Blood of Air... Oh no, they've healed. So the Blood of Air Falcius does it. So the Falcius was a good draw. That's the other thing about Amara. It's a bit stronger if Caleb heals. Obviously, with Kolossus not having the Falcus in hand at the time. I like Caleb's play there, by the way. That's a good body block. Like, you're playing into Mercanta Warbeast in a way, but it doesn't matter, obviously, right? Playing Tegete is kind of risky, because Conduit on Tegete is a bunch of damage. Right. Now we have the right hand for Caleb. This is good. And we have the right hand for Kolossus. Awesome. Good times. Let's go. So as I said before, I like Kolossus's ping first wish replace, and I like not going for the golems. I don't like replacing the double Blood of Air. I think I like replacing just one. But this is a perfectly fine opening. So Caleb's hand is also good. We have double 2-drop. Somewhat awkward against the 3-2, but the Silithar trades, and then we can put the Metallurgist somewhat defensive. I would put it. Okay, I would have put that over here, definitely, because the Metallurgist is valuable. If you draw Lava Slasher, you want to have the option to cast it at a discount. And here's the Conduit for the cheeky. No, you kill the egg. The funny thing about this play, it looks pointless because, like, Caleb can just attack the egg, right? That doesn't do a lot. But actually, forcing your opponent to walk over and attack a thing is handy. Even when there's nothing else in play. Like, it just reduces Caleb's movement options and, you know, prevents him from attacking Kolossus, which is not nothing. Caleb's hand's looking pretty good now. Desert Spikes combo fine. We've got a Rage Binder for board, a Natural Selection to deal with whatever this is. Kolossus, I guess. I'm not massively keen on. Oh no, I lie. This is fine. This is good. Getting cards out of hand, playing down a bunch of stuff is nice, but I'm not sure how much I like the playing into Plasma Storm here. Although I guess we didn't really have another option, right? Everything in the hand dies to Plasma Storm, and there's not much point in getting value out of Skippy, filling up the hand. Yeah, I like this. This is a fine play. Caleb going for the combo now. I guess that's fine, given nothing else to do. The Spikes does mill one card from Kolossus. The Decimus is in a reasonable spot to not die. Oh wow, that's a hand as well. Follow-up combo of Decimus, Gaze, BBS is nice. Although Caleb needs some more mana before that really works out. Oh, here we go. Here's the Psychic Conduit on the Decimus. So Kolossus is looking in a really good position here. Like, the plays they're making are not, like, massively, you know, oh my god, so powerful, but they're killing stuff, backing Caleb into the corner, presenting tempo, and Caleb's just had a hand that, like, Caleb didn't draw Lava Slasher. I think that makes a big difference. You know, Lava Slasher is such an important card. Not drawing Plasma Storm is also a little hurtful here. And Caleb now has to be careful about playing Mercantil, because although Mercantil is very tempting here, Superior Mirage would be lethal. Caleb really struggling for options. They do have, like, there might be a good Decimus combo next turn. If they draw Spikes, they can do something. If they draw Flash into Spikes, they probably win. Yeah, that's lethal. Flash Decimus, Spikes, Entropic Gaze is lethal. So I think that's what you have to set up for. I think you need to back off as much as you can. Tegete is a reasonable thing to lay down here. Second Natural is okay. Like, a way to... I think I'd want to use the Bloodborne spell rather than developing a minion, though. Because you're probably not winning this. I guess, like, there's enough board clear now that Kolossus isn't massively pressuring anymore. Yeah, maybe this actually works out better. But losing one Losing one extra draw towards the Decimus combo that you need to win is a bit awkward. That fail one, no plasma. Oh yeah, I know, right? So we need replace into Flash, Flash Decimus, go off. I guess there's like one more turn, right? Oh, that War Beast. Risky. I wonder if you can Tropic Gaze here. It does cantrip, but it helps to have it for the... I think you need it for the combo, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, Taigete Fortitude seems good. Of course, it will get punished by Blood of Air, but... I think there's not much that can be done about that. And it's still, it's not lethal. Crucially, Caleb is still on above 3, and so is able to play Tectonic Spikes without losing the game. So this is still winnable, but Caleb's got to get real lucky. That is not lucky. Can you win off Double Gaze? You cannot. Yeah, I think this is GG. But yeah, I guess you can Macanto and hope for no thingy. Superior Mirage. I like filling up the hand before generating a Magmar artifact on the off chance it makes Eternal Heart. But yeah, the Mirage is the kill. I think that's still the right play though. I don't think that's a mistake to play it into there. Play into it there. I think you basically are obliged to do that. Because you just have to, like... You have to kill the units that are threatening to kill you. You have to make some space. And you have to just try and buy as much time as you possibly can. And even if that includes hoping that your opponent plays no cards of relevance for the next 2 turns, if that's your only way to win, you got to do it. So I like that play. I think that's the right thing to do.